getting yourself into higher frequency doesn't require the sole use of your mind. It's an energetic experience. The easiest way to get yourself into a high frequency is literally to take off your shoes and to stand on the earth. Breathe fresh air. If you can't get outside, close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out, all while visualizing that the center, your center, is balanced and illuminated. And then hi, and welcome back. It is October the 21st, 2025, probably about 9:30 or 10 in the morning. It's 9 degrees, but feels more like it's 15 or 16 with this amazing sun that's hitting my back. A couple of days ago, I made a video talking about how quiet the energy was and how it felt as though it was the calm before the storm. And in editing the video, I expanded on that by saying how this sense of an energetic tsunami, where the tide pulls way back and everything is exposed, only for the wave to then come crashing down. And the people who survive a tsunami are the ones who notice, who are alerted to the subtleties of the incoming storm, the wave, and in our case, the energetic wave. Like most things that happen, everything that happens, people will either connect with something, they won't connect with it, something will just nudge them a little to be like, I don't really agree with all of that, but that part makes sense. And I think that that is what is so important. In this time of quiet, in the time where the water has receded and that we're seeing much more clearly, we're noticing things that we always maybe had a suspicion of, or maybe we had no awareness at all, but now we see it. And it's in this time and space, dimension, plane, however you identify with the experience, that you again prepare yourself. And that is not in any way reflective of hoarding or collecting things and storing and stacking up. That's not the kind of preparation that is required when there's an energetic wave. Of course, so many people feel more comfortable and more confident in having those things, but those aren't the things like extra food or water or different amenities that you feel are basic needs. Of course, if you have a bit extra, makes sense, but to go overboard and to panic, it's shifting you further away from the energetic place that you need to be to move through this next phase. As seamlessly, which is a word that keeps popping up, as seamlessly as possible. And when I think of seamless, it's without the edges, without that blip or the road bump or the noticeable join of something. So energetically, seamlessly, to me, would be fluidity, adaptability, letting go, being in the flow, allowing and noticing, noticing and allowing, having the awareness of the things that are happening around you, how you are feeling, what you are connecting to, what you are noticing is pulling away. And in this moment, when the tsunami wave is way back, and we see very clearly what we have not been shown for a reason. Because again, as conscious beings coming back online, if you flood a system too quickly, you drown it. If you bring it in gently and slowly, people will adapt. Beings will adapt. Energy will adapt. That was crazy. I just had to shut that off because a vehicle literally drove up right behind me, quiet as can be, and then moved right through. Very, very odd. Normally you can hear what's coming from further away. And especially for me, being so hypervigilant, it's interesting how that, in the midst of speaking about the energetic pullback before the wave, and how things are still moving and shifting and coming in, and we are so focused on that big wave that's coming that we might be missing what's coming up behind us besides that. Maybe from a different place, a different energy that we weren't expecting, a surprise. And yet, at the same time, maintaining your grounded energy, you are able to circumvent situations like that by noticing, recalibrating, connecting, and shifting where your focus is to be more all. So what do we do? Believing that we are potentially in that phase where the water has receded in an energetic tsunami, and that's why we're experiencing this period of quiet, stillness, energetic stillness and quiet. We have to acknowledge that that's only one sign. There are so many other signs happening, and that tsunamis do not require an external earthquake. It's not likely going to be something that is so blatantly obvious. An underwater earthquake, one that you would never even know was happening, causing that change in the water's movement. And of course, we're looking at it from such a, I want to say, superficial perspective, because if you were to look at it from an actual energetic standpoint, it is a cataclysm. It's an event that causes the shifting of something to create and allow that flow of energy, which has been like blocked, held in a space almost like a dam. It's being withheld from being released. And once it's released, of course, it's going to have that first wave, right? And we know from that superficial level of looking at a tsunami in the ocean is that the retreat of the water, the sounds that are heard, the incoming crashing ferocity of that wave, followed by more waves, not just the first. And what do they say? Get to higher ground. Get to higher ground at the first signs. Higher frequency for what we're talking about. In an energetic tsunami, you want to be at the highest frequency, which means you cannot be in fear. You cannot be in that hoarding state. You must rise above it and recognize that you've got this. Once again, shift yourself into that high frequency by grounding yourself and being aware of what is coming in towards your energetic field, what is within it, what you need to release, and to hold it steadfast in that pure and authentic level. Those who are looking for others to tell them what to do, how to feel, what is coming, I need to know what's happening, you have further to go. That is an old paradigm of directing. You're looking for external sources to give you the answers that you actually ultimately hold within you. You need to look within for those answers. You're never, ever going to receive the clarity and awakening that you're desiring by relying on someone else's interpretations of things, experiences. You have to retreat. You must. Disconnection, retreat, isolation are all a part of this process. And the waves that are coming in are unknown. And so there's this knee-jerk reaction of the worst is going to happen. You've been trained to believe that. You've been trained to think that the worst is going to happen. You are being led to see things in certain ways, and you have to ask yourself, why? Why am I only seeing some things? Why am I only being told about this? And how is this information being put in like a pressure cooker? So I feel as though something is about to burst, when reality is other things are happening around you all of the time. Your attention is just being weaponized. center yourself, ground yourself, reconnect with a knowing that's always been within you. You just haven't had the opportunity to really see as far as you can see, and to know what you innately know and what you have been put here to be. Now is the time, in this period of quietness, and our crow is right on cue. In this space of quiet introspection, the period between, once again, and we've been through these before, these times where we have been through a great battle, a great war, an experience, to be met with what some might call a depression. Depression is a sense that allows you to integrate and to alchemize the experiences that you have into an energy that you can then coexist with, use as fuel, so that you don't carry a burden. You've integrated an energy as part of a process. So in this in-between space again, and this is a much different in-between space. This is a space that we have worked our way towards for so long, if you consider time to be linear, which I do not. We believe that we innately know what is and what is not. And we're about to be shown all that is. So allow it. Be grounded as you watch it. And feel assured that everything is exactly as it is meant to be. Getting yourself into higher frequency doesn't require the sole use of your mind. It's an energetic experience. The easiest way to get yourself into a high frequency is literally to take off your shoes and to stand on the earth. Breathe fresh air. If you can't get outside, close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out, all while visualizing that the center, your center, is balanced and illuminated, and that you are connecting from that place. breathing with awareness and mindfulness is honestly the fastest, easiest, most effective way to recalibrate your system and to align yourself with true intention. Something that you can try, and maybe you've heard of it and maybe you haven't, to help calm your central nervous system. It improves your attention and focus, especially if you are experiencing anxiety or feelings of overwhelm. It's called box breathing. Some people call it square breathing, same thing. So visualize a square or a box, and what you're going to do is inhale for 5 seconds. You're then going to hold it for 5 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds. Hold for 5 seconds. And then you're going to repeat. And do it as often as you feel you need it. It's really a handy tool to know and to use because you can use it anywhere. Just take a moment to recenter yourself and help you align with how you truly are feeling and rebalance yourself, helping you to elevate back to your normal, authentic, high frequency. All right. Until next time, everyone, stay safe and stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.